Good morning, it's Bruce. It's Sunday, March 29th. It's a rainy day here in New York, and Bill and I had some good theater going. We went out Tuesday, yesterday Saturday matinee, and we're going out again today. Today we're going to see a matinee of Impressionism, a new play with Jeremy Irons and Joan Allen. It's already opened. It didn't get great reviews. I'm not going to get to review that till my next slot, because we're going to have a full day today. But let me get down to what we did see this week. And I'm going to start with yesterday's matinee because of the two plays we saw. Both were excellent. It was our favorite, and that is Neil LaBute's Reasons to Be Pretty. I've only seen a couple Neil LaBute plays, and of course I've seen many of his screenplays. And he's sort of well known for being sort of a misogynistic writer, sort of anti-women, but he gets a bad rap on that because he actually is a great writer, and he writes these things for certain reasons, and Reasons to Be Pretty really shows Neil LaBute at his level best. I don't want to give too much away about the play. It's about two couples, and in a season with there are so many actors and actresses who could be nominated for Tonys, I just hope they don't overlook Thomas Sadoski in this play, because Thomas Sadoski is just brilliant. The whole cast is. Thomas Sadoski, Stephen Pasquale, Piper Perabo, and yesterday we had an understudy on. We had Anne Bowles in for Marin Ireland, who plays Steph, who actually is the crux of the play. She's the one that the whole comment turns around. It deals with men who can be jerks and women who can be jerks. It just shows you how relationships pivot on what you say to your partner, how you say it, and then how the partner accepts it, takes it, argues about it, forgives it, or doesn't forgive it. It was high going yesterday. This play just, there wasn't a moment in it that I didn't admire. And I've been with my partner, Bill, for 30 years. And I don't want to give anything away, but we have had these moments where something comes out of your mouth and you can't take it back. And we had this discussion after. It's like, we would not be together if you finally didn't say, look, I said it. I can't take it back. It's not what I meant. I'm sorry I said it. Or just an argument can just spin out of control, and it can end a relationship. And this shows how a comment, not even said to the person, but overheard and related to the person, can turn what seems to be a decent relationship inside out. Then again, you can question, was it ever a decent relationship? Neil LaBute deals with so many questions with relationships between men and women and women, and men in this play. The two men who are supposedly best friends, pretty much on the surface, they also have their explosion. And the camaraderie between the two women is also well written, and it's just so hard to explain because there's just so many textured things that go into how people relate to each other. So I can highly recommend Reasons to Be Pretty. Although I know a couple people haven't liked it. Now maybe they do find it sexist, or they find the men too big of a jerks. Personally, I had a hard time forgiving the woman who wouldn't forgive the comment. At least she wouldn't forgive it right off. I don't want to give anything away again. But I'm like going, God, I've said those things. Just go back to him. It's like, what's the problem? It's like so small. Haven't you said something? Well, it obviously got me going. And the ending made me cry. It was kind of moving, and it's just about people. Neil LaBute's Reasons to Be Pretty, now on Broadway. It's in previews. It's pretty tight. I hope it gets nominated for a lot of awards. It's really one of the better plays of the year. really great play. Now Tuesday night we saw God of Carnage, a new play by Yasmina Reza, who wrote Art, that was her big Tony Award winning hit, directed by Matthew Warchus, and Yasmina writes in the original French, and Christopher Hampton translated the play for Broadway. It's got an all-star cast: Jeff Daniels, Hope Davis, James Gandolfini, and Marcia Gay Harden. I really did love this play, but not as much as Reasons to Be Pretty. Yasmina Reza always comes up with a theatrical device, a trick, sort of. She brings these, again, it's two couples. They're brought together over a fight that happened between the children. One child supposedly attacked physically another child. And it's, these are the two couples, and they come together to talk about it. The play's only 90 minutes, and by the end, the God of Carnage has wreaked his vengeance on two supposedly docile couples. Of course, Yasmina Reza brings out a lot of great wordplay and tricks and setups, but I always feel that her plays are theatrical devices with characters sometimes less than human, although it's my favorite in it, and I'm not always the biggest Marcia Gay Harden fan, was Marcia Gay Harden. I really loved her in this. Everyone's wonderful. James Gandolfini has great stage presence. Jeff Daniels plays a lawyer who's always interrupted by his BlackBerry, and Hope Davis has a show-stopping theatrical scene that I won't spoil, but I think the entire audience gasped. The play's funny and touching. It does show how things can deteriorate, and by the end, the people's lives and the apartment are pretty much in carnage. It's more of a thoughtful play, and I have to say that at the end, Marcia Gay Harden has a speech at the end, and it's very, very low, and I had a hard time hearing it. We were in the fifth row mezzanine, a little on the side, and I don't know if it was the acoustics, but I really had to stretch to hear it. I heard most of it, but several people I know said that they sort of missed the ending. So I'd like them to pump up the stage whisper at the end of that, at least now. It just opened last week, and I highly recommend it. I think it's going to maybe win the Tony for Best Play. I, of course, would, at this point, not that I've seen everything, I really loved Reasons to Be Pretty once again, but here's really two great plays with great casts, and they're both on Broadway now. It's really a great time for drama.